Hi, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of the SCU show. I'm your host, SCU, episode number 79. Got to do this as always. Thank you, Brandon Estevez, for letting us run the studio for this week. But I also have to do another special shout out to Brandon Estevez because he has been voted by, I guess, his peers or whoever is the best electronic musician here in Worcester, Massachusetts. Now, most people would think, oh, that's so what? What do you mean, so what? This man is the best musician in the second biggest city in New England. That is. I mean, I think for me, in life, it's the small things. This is not a very small thing. This is pretty big. This is pretty cool. So again, just want to congratulate Brandon Estevez being the best electronic. I almost said electric musician. The best electronic musician in Worcester, Massachusetts. Got to go check him out. He's on Instagram at Sunshine something. Sunshine Group. There you go. I knew that. All right. So there you go. All right. So that we got out the way. Let's get to the big game. Everybody's talking about it. We have to talk about it as well. That was a perfect Super Bowl down in Arizona. And, of course, it was another perfect Arizona Super Bowl. All these Arizona Super Bowls have been great. 42, the Giants upset the Patriots, 18-1. The Malcolm Butler interception, 2015. The Patriots beat the Seahawks, 2024. Overcame a 10-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Another great Super Bowl in Arizona. The Chiefs defeated the Eagles, 38-35. They are the Super Bowl 57 champions. Congratulations to Patrick Mahomes. I said it last week. I want Mahomes to win his second title, and he got it. So congratulations to him. Let's get to the game in itself. Great game overall, obviously. High-scoring affair. Defense did a little here and there. I mean, obviously, the Jalen Hurts fumble, which we'll get to in a moment. That was crazy. So, Mahomes, 30 touchdown passes. Jalen Hurts set he tied a Super Bowl record with another Eagle, Terrell Owens, 3 rushing touchdowns in the game. So, so let's talk about that first. Let's talk about that fumble by Jalen Hurts. As I remember, I was at Antonio's, which is a pizzeria here, a pizzeria restaurant here in Worcester, down the road. And I was watching that. It was a 3rd down and 6. And as soon as I see it, Jalen Hurts running, I'm like, why are you running the ball? I'm screaming at the TV, why are you running the ball? And all of a sudden, he fumbled the ball, goes 14 yards back that way. Nick Bolton picks it up. He goes 44 yards for a touchdown. We're tied at 14. I'm like, why would you run the ball on 3rd down? What was that? Insane. But again, this, like I said, this whole game was insane. It was a classic game between two great teams, and I thought Philadelphia's defense was going to step up big time and be the team that gets in the victory. Well, they're the kind of team that cost them the victory. I think Jalen Hurts had that fumble, of course. We'll talk about that already. But obviously, the better quarterback won, and the better defense also won because the Kansas City Chiefs. They got the fumble return for the touchdown, so that was big for them. Tied the game at 14. By the way, another reason they lost, again, the Eagles, they beat themselves here. They had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. At the end of 3, it was 24-14 Philadelphia. By the end, the Chiefs had won. By the way, James Bradbury, we'll talk about that play, which we'll get to in a moment as well. I mean, you talk about that. That's another thing the defense screwed up. They let the Chiefs get a first down. They run out the clock, chew it up. Game-winning field goal by Harrison Butker with 8 seconds left, and that's all she wrote. The Chiefs are Super Bowl 57 champions. So as I said, defense wins championships. The Chiefs' defense kind of won that championship. Nick Bolton's touchdown allowed them to tie the game at 14. If that doesn't happen, the Eagles probably win this game. But then, again, defense also cost the Eagles a championship potentially because of that James Bradbury play. But everybody's talking about it once again. We talked about this 2 weeks ago with the Chiefs. The refs, they're doing it again. They let the Chiefs, the Chiefs are paying the refs or something. No, even James Bradbury himself said after the game, yeah, it was a penalty. I grabbed his jersey. So what is the argument here? Why do we keep arguing about, the refs are favoring the Chiefs here in the Super Bowl? No, they're not, because why would they do that? The refs want to get this right in the biggest game of the year, and they did. And also talk about the refs. You also talk about those 2 catches. The one that was called incomplete, I think it was Smith-Schuster. That was the right call as well, by the way. Smith-Schuster, as he went to the ground, and I wish we could show it here on the show. He went to the ground. The ball came out before he hit the ground, so that is an incomplete pass, despite him getting 2 feet inbounds. The Dallas Goedert catch for the Eagles, he made that catch. He had control. He had 2 feet in. He had control going to the ground. That was a catch. So the refs, once again, got that right. Just like they got the James Bradbury play right. And everybody's talking about, that wasn't even a catchable ball. I'm sure if he had not grabbed Juju Smith-Schuster, he would have had a touchdown. Mahomes would have had 4 to add on to his MVP performance. So really, you can't blame the refs for anything here in the Super Bowl for what happened. It was all the Eagles. Now, Jalen Hurts had a great game, a spectacular game, but that 3rd and 6, what the hell are you doing, man? Why? Who called that play? Nick Sirianni, what are you doing? Why are you calling plays like that? It was terrible. Absolutely horrendous. 3rd and 6 and running the ball. No, you pass the ball on 3rd and 6. It's a 3rd down and long. You should be passing the ball, not running it. So, in the end, the Chiefs kicked the game with field goal. They chewed up the clock, and they win their 2nd Super Bowl in 4 years. So, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs, and congrats to Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid on another Vince Lombardi trophy. It's a good game. It's a very good game. I had a great time watching it at Antonio's. Once again, my friend John eventually joined me. Had a couple drinks here and there, all that good stuff. Great game. Great finish. Another Arizona Classic, like I said. And the Chiefs, once again, Super Bowl 57 champions. All right, no, the NFL season's over. Let's talk a little NBA. I would have talked to NBA last week, but we had the Super Bowl. We had to talk about the Super Bowl and all this other news stuff that went on in the NFL while we had the NFL around. All right, so let's talk about it. Kevin Durant got traded to the Phoenix Suns, and all I'm seeing on Twitterverse, I'm seeing on the internet, oh my God, the Suns are going to win the title at this point. Who is going to stop them? Well, nobody's talking about this. Kevin Durant's going to stop them. Huh? What are you talking about? Well, you see, Kevin Durant with the Nets, he missed, his last 13 games in Brooklyn? Missed his last 13 games in Brooklyn. He's still injured. When is he going to come back? We don't know when he's coming back. I certainly don't know when he's coming back. I don't understand why everybody's hyping this up so much. Chris Paul, I believe, is also injured. I know he's injury prone. He can be injured here and there. I know Devin Booker was hurt at one point this year. I just don't understand why everyone's hyping up Kevin Durant. What is the point of this? He missed the final 13 games with the Nets. Final 13 games. He's probably not, I don't know when he's going to come back. Probably not playing in the All-Star game, which is coming up here soon. So why are we hyping this up so much? How is this going to, it might make an impact towards the playoffs, which are about 2 months away. But right now, as of right now, I don't understand why we're hyping up Kevin Durant to the Suns because he's not even playing. He's not even playing. What is he doing? How is he making his team a finals contender? He's not even playing. Not to mention, I know they're not in the top 3 in the West right now. So it's like the Suns. Okay, maybe come April we'll have a different story here with the Suns. But right now, it means absolutely nothing. It's just there's nothing to talk about here with the Suns. And everybody's just hyping up, talking about they're going to the finals. Really? Let's see them on the court first. Are they even going to have good chemistry? Everybody did the same thing, wouldn't they? When Kevin Durant went to the Nets, we said the same thing. Oh my God, him and Kyrie, it's going to James Harden super team. It's going to be great to go many championships. They got swept by the Celtics in the postseason. So Kevin Durant, he's been a problem everywhere he's been. Oklahoma City, obviously him and Westbrook. Gold State, that was a bad ending. Him and Draymond Green. Brooklyn, you just saw it. Him and Kyrie both got traded. So and now they're both away. Both were the problem. We can talk about who's the problem in Brooklyn. They're both the problem in Brooklyn. Who even who? It's both of them. And they're both going to be problems probably on their respective teams. But for Durant, who's not even playing, that is why I'm not buying this Suns hype train. If they get to the finals in June, then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. That's even if Durant does well with the Suns. Like I just said, he might be a problem like he was everywhere else. Like Kyrie was everywhere else. It might be a problem in Dallas. Let's just stop, okay? I'm done talking about this Kevin Durant stuff with the Suns because he hasn't even played yet. I don't want to start putting them in the finals. Calm down. Come on. Over that. No more, please. Be done with it. And then we'll flip the script here. We'll talk about Kyrie Irving. And I talked about how he was a problem. We all know he was a problem in Cleveland with LeBron. He was obviously a problem in Boston. That was a huge mess. And even if the way he finished in Brooklyn was spectacular, and that's why I like watching him. I think he'll do well in Dallas with Luka, who's, by the way, an MVP candidate. I'd call him MVP right now. But he was a problem when he came to Brooklyn, just like Kevin Durant was, because Kyrie will not get vaccinated all of last year. He's like, no anti-vax for me. No thanks, I don't want to get it, All right, fine. Well, the city of New York says, and you can't even play your home games. How sad is that? You have to sit out home games because you don't get the vaccine. Come on. That's ridiculous. Obviously, he got the vaccine or New York lifted the mandate, whatever it was. He was back playing at the Barclay. He had a nice little run with the Nets in his final few games. Obviously, been the Nets beat reporter for News Talk New York. I've been following him and following the team and how they've been doing. And it's worked out. It worked out in the end. It did. And then all of a sudden, this all came out. Oh, I want to be traded. Okay, bye. Oh, there you go. You're off. I'm sure the Nets are going to implode. We'll talk about that in a moment. They're going to implode. But I do like I do like Kyrie Irving with Luka Doncic in Dallas. I think that's going to be great. And the way the West is set up right now, I think the Nuggets are the first seed in the NBA in the West right now. Yeah, that's not lasting long. The Grizzlies, they have Ja Morant, but who else do they have? They don't have much of anything else there in Memphis. It's unfortunate. The Warriors. Why do we talk about the Warriors? They're 8th in the West. Steph Curry's still not playing. He'll come back soon enough. But are they going to get a top 4 seed? Probably not, because it's already 2 months away from the playoffs, and Steph's still injured. The Warriors are falling apart without him. So I do like Kyrie in Dallas. I think with him and Luka, they can make beautiful music there in Dallas. They can make a run here the last 2 months after the All-Star break or whatever it is, or how it may play out. I think Dallas has a chance to get the 1 seed with the addition of Kyrie Irving going along with Luka Doncic. The only thing now is Luka has to share the ball. Here is a ball hog, and you just can't be a ball hog when you have a guy like Kyrie Irving on your team. You got to share the ball, and that is how the Dallas Mavericks are going to be successful here with their new player in Kyrie Irving. And if not, it's going to be a mess there in Dallas, just like I feel it might be a mess in Phoenix. I just don't get it. I mean, we've seen some people never change. Some people will be the same person all their life. I know a few of those people. And Kevin Durant looks like he's one of those people. He's going to be the same person he always is. Everywhere he goes. Oklahoma City blew that up. Golden State won a title, he won MVP. He blew that up with Draymond Green. He's just like, I'm out. I want to play my friend Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn. Well, you just blew that up too. I mean, it's been a mess everywhere KD has gone. It's been a mess everywhere Kyrie's gone. For Kyrie, you see what he's doing right now. He's playing well on the court. When he's on the court, he is great. And he's on the court. It's no more anti-vax stuff or whatever it is. With KD, he's out. And who knows how long he'll be out for. And who knows if he'll even be a contributor to the Suns. Whoever is putting them in the finals, give me a break. All right. SCU show number 79. I'm my host, SCU. Let's get to the Nets now. As I said, the Brooklyn Nets, I mean, God. The Nets are, like I just said, the Nets are imploding right now. They just got rid of their 2 stars. They have, I don't believe Steve Nash is their coach anymore. He's gone too. This whole big thing, obviously, James Harden got traded last year, so he's been gone. This whole mess, it's a mess in Brooklyn. And they're just absolutely imploding now. They were doing so well. They were doing so great in Brooklyn. Everything was working out. Obviously, I got to give credit to Cam Thomas. He's having a great season for the Nets. But guys like, Spencer Dinwiddie, I think he's going to do okay. I'm not sure he's going to change the Nets. He's not going to be like how Kyrie was before he left. You got a bunch of nobodies out at this point, besides Cam Thomas, who's exploding for the Nets. That's all you got, though. And obviously, the expression, teamwork makes the dream work. So for the Nets, they're kind of in trouble here. Obviously, the 2 stars were a problem, like I mentioned before, but they were also a solution on the court. They were the reason that the Nets were going to the playoffs these last few years. That these 2 were together. Even James Harden was a contributor there with Brooklyn, and that's why they were going to the playoffs all these years. Now, all 3 of them are gone. Your top guys and a guy named Cam Thomas, who probably nobody even knows where he went to college. I don't probably know where he went to college. So the Nets, it's like you guys are imploding. It's a mess. It's crazy. And like I said, I like Cam Thomas. But if you think he's leading him over the Sixers in the playoffs, the Bucks in the playoffs, or even the Celtics in the playoffs, my friends, you have another thing coming. That is not going to happen. Sorry to tell you, but Cam Thomas is not leading the Nets to the promised land anytime soon. It's just not happening. I love Cam Thomas, but he's their guy. But who else do they have? Such a Dinwiddie. He's not a guy that's in his prime. He's not going to lead them to the promised land either. Him and Thomas, they could make it. They have some great games together, but it's not going to be they're not a finals contender anymore. That's pretty much what I'm getting at here. Brooklyn Nets, without KD, without Kyrie, they're no longer a final contender. They might not be for the next few years to come. Well, let's see how that works out. So, Nets are imploding. The Suns, I don't know what to make of them. Let's wait and see what happens with KD. And then Kyrie, I think, makes Dallas a finals contender. But we'll have to see, once again, how that works with him and Luka sharing the ball, because I've heard Luka is a ball hog and all that good stuff. All right, last topic for this episode number 79, I almost said 69, 79. Again, host SCU. Thank you, Brandon Estevez, for letting us use the studio. Congratulations to him. Best electronic musician in Worcester, Massachusetts. That is big time stuff. All right. Another team we're all talking about here. Everybody's hyping this team up as well, and I still don't get why. Golden State. Yes, I know. The Warriors are the defending champions. They should be back as soon as Steph is he'll come back eventually, and they'll be fine. They just got rid of Jordan Poole, who was a problem with everybody. They're an 8 seed right now. They are just hanging above 500. They're just treading above water right now, are the Warriors. So I'm, again, not buying into the Warriors. I know they just won the title, but you got to look at what's coming on here in the West now. Dallas is really growing something here special. And meanwhile, like I said, the Warriors, they're all injured. Steph's out for multiple weeks. Something's wrong with him. You got teams like, the Jazz are making moves. They got a couple guys and a few trades here in the NBA trade deadline. So I know the East looks like a more competitive, and it is a more competitive conference than the West. That doesn't mean the Warriors are going to run through it, especially if they wind up being like a 4 seed. They're not running through the West. That's just crazy talk. I mean, they might meet the Suns in the finals, in conference finals, that is, and it just might not work. It just might not work. And it has nothing to do with, the Warriors are a bad team. Obviously, they're not a bad team. They just won the title last year, and they could be a top 4 team come the end of this season. But they're not a finals contender right now because, again, no Steph. You're trading guys away, trying to figure things out still, obviously, with Golden State. And you're the 8th seed right now. So I just don't get why we're hyping them up. Once again, don't get it. Let's stop doing it. And let's see how everything pans out after the All-Star break, which is coming up here. And I think this weekend, actually, is the All-Star weekend. So it's going to be a great second half to the NBA season. But right now, don't want to hear anything about the Warriors being finals contenders. They're just not. All right, so to recap this SCU show number 79, Super Bowl 57, the champions are the Philadelphia Eagles. I wanted them to be the champions, but they're not. The Kansas City Chiefs are the champions of the NFL. Congratulations to Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs winning their second Super Bowl in the last 4 years. Congratulations to the Eagles, by the way, a very special team. Now the Eagles, by the way, we'll get to another topic here, so keep the show going. Final topic. This one's the final topic. I wanted to talk about the Eagles. I didn't write it down, though, but I did want to talk about Philadelphia. Now that the Eagles are, they're done with the Super Bowl, they lost, it's unfortunate, and everybody's talking about, what's going to happen now with the Eagles? And, yeah, what is going to happen with the Eagles now? Because you have Lane Johnson and you have Jason Kelce, who might both retire this year. So that's going to be a huge problem when it comes to the offensive line, obviously. Jalen Hurts can make it happen, but is he going to be able to run all the time next year without 2 of his top offensive linemen? Besides, you also have some players on defense that might retire. Darius Slay, I know nobody's talking about it, but he might retire as well. He's been here so long. Who knows what he's going to do? Obviously, he wants a Super Bowl ring. He might come back next year. Run it back. Maybe the Eagles can come back. Maybe they could, but I'm not going to say anything about the Eagles. I think, like I said on the earlier show, I think they might be a one-hit wonder because they had a great season this year. But now, again, you're losing a couple of these guys here. Lane Johnson might retire. Jason Kelce most likely will retire. Who knows what happens with Fletcher Cox or Darius Slay? Ndamukong Suh, by the way, he played his 3rd consecutive Super Bowl. Now, he might retire. He's been in the NFL since 2009. It's a long time playing NFL football. So the Eagles might be losing a lot of their guys. Now, they can win the AFC East again because the NFC East is such crap. Dallas imploding. The Giants, do you really trust Daniel Jones? Who knows? The Commanders, don't get me started on the Commanders. So the Eagles can win the division next year. But do they go back to the Super Bowl? I don't know. We talked about it a few episodes ago. We know the Bengals are going to be back. We know the Chiefs are going to be back. We did say the Niners will be back. We don't know right now because Jimmy Garoppolo is not coming back. Another story for another time. Eagles, I don't know if they're coming back either. We might have 2 new teams in the NFC next year contending for the Super Bowl. We just don't know who they are right now. We'll have to wait and see. I think the Eagles will do well. They will. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is a very talented quarterback. I just don't know if they're going back to the Super Bowl next year, which, by the way, is in Las Vegas. First time for that. That'll be fun. So, yeah, again, not sure the Eagles are contenders as of right now for Super Bowl 58. All right, and that's going to do it. That's how we wrap up the show. By the way, this week, we do have an XFL preview show coming to you on Friday, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Very excited. That's going to be a great show. So for now, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for watching. This has been episode number 79 of the SCU Show.